when you choose, I'm a drummer, right? I'm part of the rhythm section. The other part of that is the bass. We're not supposed to be in front. There's a reason we're not in front, right? We're there to support the rest of the band. We're the foundation of the band. When you pick up the bass guitar, you are choosing to not be in the front. So when you're a bass player and you go, I want to be the main guy in the band, no. That is not part of the sacred musical agreement. But
Nothing
nevertheless,
sacred, though. Nothing sacred.
Nevertheless,
plenty of people.
Claypool decided he wanted to be right in front, and
Sting does it.
yeah, but he's a solo artist, and he doesn't make every song.
He wasn't.
But the Police music was not bass forward. It was very much kind of everybody doing their own thing, but all in one thing. Every Primus song, and I know it's heretical for people who love Primus, and no disrespect to them. They were just never really for me. I appreciate that those guys are very good musicians, but anything that's that bass forward, I mean, it fundamentally, I don't know, it ain't for me. But anyway, Primus and your guys are coming.
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria and Primus.
Pretty excited about that.
You going to go?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go.
They're going to play Blossom on August the 5th. That is a Monday night. The tickets will go on sale this Friday morning at 10.
Perfect. Who doesn't love partying on a Monday? But
I mean, Primus hasn't put out a new album in a long time, so
I'm down though. I'm gonna go to this because I've never seen Primus. Grew up listening to. I remember I had a tape of Pork Soda that I would listen to on the way to school every day in 6th grade, like almost every day. That's what I would listen to on the way to school because I knew if I started it at this time, I'd get to school about this time. It ran about the length of my bus ride, so I was like, "This is."
Perfect. You had it timed out.
Yeah, and
it was like syncing up Dark Side of the Moon with the Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. You were syncing up Pork Soda with your school bus trip.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah, I get it. I mean,
there's them live.
I've liked some of the side projects he's done. He did a thing with Trey Anastasio and Stuart Copeland from the aforementioned Police called Oysterhead. I like them. But Primus was a little too much for me. Coheed, they just dropped their 10th studio album. You know what that 10th studio album is called?
Oh, I do, but I can't remember.
Coheed and Cambria never met a lengthy album title that they didn't like. Their 10th album is called Vaxis, Act 2, right, yeah. A Window of the Waking Mind. You know what it's about? Do you have...
I've listened to it. This
do
is
you
not
have
their
Vaxis
favorite.
Act 1? Because this
I don't
is the
think
second
is,
part.
I don't think that is the second part. I think that's kind of like one of their little gags. This was not my favorite album that they put out.
Well, this says
it's got some good songs on it.
This says it's the second part of the band's projected 5-part sci-fi story arc about a couple on the run from tyrannical forces. And so that sounds fun.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're talking about. I just like the song.
You like the riffs?
I like the riffs.
They have riffs.
I like they have catchy choruses.
Yeah. So anyway, I know there are a lot of people into those bands, and that's good news for them. You won't have to go another summer without seeing Primus. And I think it seems like Primus comes pretty regularly, despite not having done a new album in a number of years, but who cares? They could probably never do another album and they'd still, it's not like people are going for the new Primus.
Yeah, there is no
new Primus sounds like old Primus.
There's no Vaxis 1.
There is no Vaxis 1? Oh, man. All right, well,
But they might release them out of order. Who knows? They're crazy like that.
I watched Arachnophobia for the first time this weekend.
That's a great movie.
Well, Gwen recommended it. She goes, you know what we should watch? We should watch Arachnophobia. And I go, okay. I'd never seen it. Movie's friggin' 35 years old, but I'd never seen it. It's Jeff Daniels. John Goodman is in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of knew the premise because the script, it's a very thin premise, but they make it entertaining. Killer spider hops a coffin from Peru and then gets to a small town and starts stinging and killing people, and then they have to get it. But Gwen she had seen it, and I'd never seen it. And she, halfway through, she goes, oh, my God, why did we watch this? Why did I recommend this? She's freaking out watching this movie. She's, like, covering her eyes because there's spiders everywhere. And I'm not averse to spiders the way a lot of people are. I find the arachnid to be majestic. Ants, roaches, all that kind of crap, you can have it. I think spiders, I'm fascinated by. But she was. I kept pausing this movie. I'm like, do you want me to turn it off? She's like, no, I just don't know why I recommended this movie. Because it is very claustrophobic, except I thought, and I don't know why I thought this, maybe I'm misremembering a clip that when the movie was out in 1990, I thought there was an alien component to it.
No.
I thought that I had remembered a clip where like a giant spider comes out of this barn at the end.
No.
But there was no alien component. It's a
what
straight
you're
ahead
thinking of was
eight-legged freaks.
No.
David Arquette?
In the trailer, there was a moment where they show John Goodman in all his gear to kill the spiders, but it is the way they shot it was like he's backlit, so he's coming out.
He looks like a Ghostbuster or something. He's got all the extermination gear. Maybe that's what it was. I thought that I specifically remembered a scene of a giant spider emerging from this barn. But so we finished it, and it was fine. It's entertaining. There's some good practical effects in it for 1990.
Oh, for sure.
You know, a big fake head with spiders coming out of it.
Oh, I love that movie.
If you linger on the shot for too long, you're like, boy, that's a terrible, terrible fake head on this guy. But, yeah, I had never seen that before. And she wasn't sure why she recommended because it was really freaking her out. But we watched it, I don't even remember. I think we watched it on Paramount Plus, which now I'm reading is going to merge. So, you know, for people.
With who now?
Peacock.
Okay.
Whether they call it Paracock, I don't know what they're going to call it. P-Mount, I don't know what they're going to call it. Probably something else. Yeah, there's a limited number of options here. I hope they don't go for Cockmount because that would probably be the one that might get them into the most difficult conversations. But, you know, for people who complain that, and we're all among them, people complain that there's too many streaming services. Well, there won't be after a while because Paramount Plus is bleeding money. You know, the capital for all these streamers dried up a while ago, so that's why they're all selling ads. Gee, what a shock. Advertising. And so Paramount is looking for a buyer because they're not doing well. They need help. And so there are a handful of people kicking the tires on Paramount. And so,
Peacock is the one?
Well, Byron Allen's one of them. You know, Byron Allen from Real People back in the day. He's like a billionaire, and he's
killing it.
Yeah, he's killing it. So, yeah, the whole Paramount thing is for sale. There's more so than other companies. They're still relying a lot on network television because it's CBS and it's Viacom and it's the whole bit. But they have a lot of intellectual property that's very attractive. They have Star Trek and Yellowstone and 60 Minutes and all this kind of stuff. But they
were just so late coming to the streaming game that there was just no way to make up that ground.
Well, and you also have 95-year-old guys at the top of these companies that are like, we'll be fine. You know, Sumner Redstone, who was the guy that was running. If you ever saw a picture of this guy, I think his daughter's been running it for a while because I think he's dead. But for a long time, he looked dead, literally. And he kind of ruled with an iron fist. And so they weren't getting anything past him. So, yeah, Paramount and CBS, you know, they need somebody to buy them. And so a Peacock, which is just NBC Universal. And again, this is all inside baseball, but point being is for people that go, oh, there's too many. There's really going to be just 3 or 4 services down the road. There'll be Apple and Amazon.
It's going to get back to where it was, where it's just 3 networks.
Yeah.
And it's just
everything will come full circle. That's what it is. Everything will come full circle.
And then things will be all right again.
Well, in a different way. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I was watching TV this weekend because the cabin I was staying at didn't have a smart TV. They just had direct TV because it was pretty remote, so they didn't have strong internet signals and horrendous. Just watching ads.
Wait, you were in a cabin over the weekend?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's why I took Friday off. For my birthday, went to a cabin with the lady, took my dog. We did
Was this Hocking Hills?
Yeah, Hocking Hills.
Were you in one of those tree houses?
No, not a tree house.
Oh.
I ain't got it like that. Those are expensive.
Yeah. They're fun, though. They're nice.
No, they're very nice.
Yeah.
But it costs twice as much what I paid for this cabin.
Right.
So
You got a ground level cabin.
Yeah. But it was very nice. It was nice and clean. Nice, clean hot tub. Like, it was a very fun.
You had the hot tub to yourself? You had to share it?
Just to ourselves. Just to ourselves. Everything was to ourselves. It was one bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom with a nice shower, overhead shower. It falls straight down onto your head.
Mm-hmm. The rainforest shower.
Yeah,
I believe what they call that.
Those are nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time. It snowed on Saturday, so we went hiking through the snow. It was very picturesque.
Oh.
It was lovely. It was
Okay.
It was a nice cabin getaway weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We cooked outside. We had a fire in the snow. It was...
You had a fire in the snow.
Yeah, it was relaxing.
All right.
It was cold, but the fire kept us warm. And
This
then,
was a
and then that makes it more fun to get into the hot tub when you get a little chilly.
This is a 3-day thing out there?
3 nights, yeah.
3 nights.
Got
Friday
there-
night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Came home
Yesterday
morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not too much time out there?
No, it was. I could have used another night, honestly.
Really?
It was relaxing. It
Are
was
there
just
other...
nothing?
I understand.
Nothing to do. Just play with the dog, hang out with the girl, do stuff that we like to do.
Do you let the dog run through the forest?
She doesn't really go far away from me. She's a city dog, so she's not used to having freedom. So there was a bit of a yard, like a clearing. So she would run around there for a little while, and then she'd be like, "Wait, where's my dad?" and come back to me, and then run around for a little bit longer, and then come back to me. And we took her on a hike. We went down to Old Man's Cave, walked down there, and then walked back up. And
how close were
she
you
had fun
to?
with that.
How close was the next adjacent cabin?
Oh, not that far.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like completely.
You were not in the middle of isolation?
Isolation. No, you could see them, maybe 100 yards in each direction.
Okay.
So not super close, but you could see them.
Now, is it true what some people are texting me that you turned it into honking hills?
There were some
true?
honking happening.
Honking hills?
Yeah.
All right, good.
It was great.
Uh-huh.
Very relaxing weekend.
Is that where you were at some point, Poundcake? Weren't you guys out there in some cabin?
Oh, years ago.
I thought it wasn't that long ago.
No, I've been to.
Maybe I'm thinking of Colorado.
Maybe.
Weren't you guys were in a cabin in the woods in Colorado?
Breckenridge.
That's Colorado.
Yeah, the ski town.
Mhm.
Yeah, just outside Denver. Yeah, that's over there, like with all the. What is it? The big ski resort, Vail, Colorado, where all the celebrities go. Yeah, we did that for my Dirty 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, I used to go to Hocking Hills with Erica and like her crew
Right.
back in the day.
Those are fun out there.
I haven't been recently though.
All right. Oh, by the way, some bad news over the weekend, by the way. In other film news, well established, at least it's my opinion, but I think it's a correct one, that it's much sadder when an attractive person dies, just numerically, because we have so far fewer of them. Familiar with an adult actress named Kagney Lynn Carter?
I know this story. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with her before this happened.
You weren't?
But I have friends that told me when it happened, and they said that they would see her dancing at Diamonds.
I was amazed that there was a local connection. I had no clue. She's from Missouri, I think, maybe from Texas. She ended up in Parma. I don't know. A couple of people told me that she had started like a pole dancing studio or something. But Kagney Lynn Carter was a very enthusiastic adult performer, if you saw any of her work. And cute girl killed herself. She put a shotgun in her mouth and finished it that way. She's only 36. And I hadn't even realized there was a local component to it. The story was talking about the medical examiner's office in Parma, Ohio. And then I heard from kind of some local people who mentioned that, and just days prior, she had posted some photos from a vacation or something. So you never know where somebody's head is at. But it's undeniably more sad. Take the pornography out of it. It's undeniably more sad when somebody attractive dies. And so they have a GoFundMe on behalf of her mother that's up now. But I had no idea that she was in our midst, so to speak. That there are local fitness studio owners who, I don't know if she spent some time in Akron or she started her own place. I don't know. But she is gone. And so, if you will, maybe take a second today and pour one out for the late Kagney Lynn Carter, who was not. It's going to be tough, too. You know, these stories happen pretty frequently where somebody who came up in the adult business, things just go another way. It's not whatever. But, you know, these days, these are girls that are competing with just regular girls now on OnlyFans. You know, back in the day, you were just kind of in the midst of other people in the adult film industry. And now, you know, you're competing with girls, she's 36, half your age, just in their bedrooms on OnlyFans and cam girls and things like that. It's a much bigger universe of adult entertainment than there ever was before. And so that's got to be tough. But there are some videos of her in one of her pole dancing studios. But I guess she came out here. She had been in L.A. and decided to get out, as so many people do, and ended up about 3 or 4 years ago in Northeast Ohio. But I had never heard anything about that until this story. And some local people had hit me up. But she was a real cutie. Real cutie. And like I said, a very enthusiastic performer, which is really all you can hope for.
I always feel weird when I discover like a new porn star and I'm like, oh wow, I really like enjoy their work. And then I find out, like, I'll look at one of the comments on one of the videos and it'd be like, R.I.P.
R.I.P., yeah.
Like, I'm tossing off to like a dead person. I don't know.
Well, they're not dead in the video. I mean, you know,
just knowing
that would be a whole other set of
But just knowing
circumstances.
That they're not here anymore and you're seeing them at their most intimate moments, I don't know. It's weird.
I know. You're seeing them filmed in their most intimate moments. Pardon me. Today, by the way, coincidentally, Kurt Cobain would have been 57 years old. How does that make you feel?
Who is he?
Shut up, Poundcake.
Okay.
Tell me who he is.
He was the lead singer of Teen Spirit.
He was the lead singer of Teen Spirit.
Nirvana.
Yeah, I knew playing around. I know what he was doing. By the way, all these people hit me up with like a frontman who played the bass. That's not what I'm talking about. When I was talking about Les Claypool, I'm not talking about Lemmy or Peter Steele. There are plenty of bass players. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody who plays the bass, but makes it it's the primary thing in the band. Typo and Motorhead were all you could, you know, it wasn't like bass was all you could hear. That's all you hear in Primus. So that's for some people. This ain't for me. Alan, how do you know she used a shotgun? That's what they said.
Yeah, there was a report.
That's what the report said. I forget what the medical terminology is. Intraoral something as part of the medical examiner's report, which basically is fancy way of saying they put a gun in their mouth.
You want to go. I mean, again, nothing's going to top Avicii. Like, he is the number one guy.
Slice your own carotid and bleed out?
With a broken wine bottle, too.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to be more epic than that. And I don't know the proper term. What would I say? It's unfortunate, but epic.
Well, it's committed. You're not, you know, there are people who have obviously shot themselves in the mouth, but not died.
And that's what I'm saying.
And that would be the worst way to be living, is you're like, I screwed that up.
And
you know, it hits
knows.
the roof of their mouth or something. I mean, obviously with a shotgun, there's no margin of error with a shotgun, but
like you jump out a window and it's only like the second floor. Like, you know, you break a leg, but like you're not dead.
I remember
Second floor.
fighting with my parents before I went on my mission and saying that I was thinking of jumping off the roof just so I didn't have to go.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's like, it's not even high enough. You wouldn't even die. I'm like, if I went head first, I would.
Yeah, I used to threaten my mom.
It's like a header off of our trellis.
I used to threaten my mom. I was like, I'm going to jump off the banister. And
When
she's
were you not threatening your mother, by the way?
I'm trying to think.
So you go, I'm going to jump off the banister, and she says, look, conceivably at the top of the stairs.
Mm-hmm. I'm
And
screaming.
you would, so you
She's
would
at the bottom of the stairs,
Yeah.
and I'm yelling from the top, and I'm like, I'm going to jump off the banister.
How you like
And-
that, Mom?
And then she said, well, you're going to go to hell, so that'd be real unfortunate.
Why throw hell at you?
Because that's suicide.
What hell's made up?
Yeah, but she
Not
doesn't
in-
believe that.
Well,
not to
I'm
Teresa.
just saying, why go there?
That-
You're going to go to
because
hell?
That is how I was raised. What do you
Oh, my
mean?
God.
That is,
That's
that
what
is
she
my
believes.
religion.
Yeah.
I was raised Baptist.
Right, but
that is what we
that was
believe.
that was her go-to thing. Not, hey, I really don't want you to hurt yourself. Come down here.
Well, to her credit, she wasn't gonna take that manipulation. I couldn't manipulate her with possible suicide. She said, if you do that, then you're gonna go to hell. So that'd be
Then
real
she
unfortunate.
manipulated you.
Yeah, well, she checkmate. Like,
It worked,
Checkmate.
didn't it? He's here.
yeah, I was
He
like,
is
mm.
here.
I
He
was
didn't
like,
jump off the banister.
I was like, I don't want to go to hell. Well, so
Yes, but she also people
go
also
brush my
believe.
teeth.
But you're a gay man, which means there's a lot of people who think you're going to go to hell for that.
I wasn't gay then.
But you were. You just didn't know it.
Yeah, but I didn't. That wasn't a factor because I wasn't even thinking about that then. Like I didn't. I never thought when you're in the closet, you don't fathom the idea of actually coming out. It wasn't. I didn't even think about it. I was like, I can hide on. You're not gay unless you act on it. I feel like everyone has gay feelings or thoughts.
I know you do, sweetie.
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm
they
saying.
don't.
It's not gay until you act on it.
I see.
Till you act on the impulses and your body's quivering and you start shaking and you do
Beads of sweat.
you do what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Give into temptation.
You're doing the devil's work then.
Until then, you ain't going to hell.
Wow. So if you're a homosexual man who never touches another man,
Yes.
you're not gay.
You're not. That's not.
Wow.
Even still, even if you do a gay act, you could do a gay act and not be gay. You could do a gay act, ask for forgiveness, and be like, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
I'm like women's.
women. You can ask for forgiveness. You're not.
Yep. I'm
Gay
delivered.
no more.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay.
Yeah, well, that bow tie says otherwise. I've got to take a break. If you want to send me a text for anything, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com is where you can watch live. If you dig the band Set It Off, they're coming to Cleveland. I will have a couple of